Once upon a time, there was a little boy who had a picture on his wall. The picture was of a nice, friendly robot. Now, one thing that you have to know is that if you look at a picture for a very long time and you stare at it and stare at it, especially when you're very tired and it's nearly bedtime, the picture will come alive. So the little boy was going to bed and he was feeling very sleepy. His eyes were starting to close, but he knew this was a good time to look at the picture of the robot on his wall. So he went into his bed, closed his eyes for a minute, and then opened them again and started staring at the robot on the wall. He stared and stared until suddenly the robot woke up and said, "Hello, I am a robot. How may I help you?" The little boy was very excited to have his very own robot. So he told it to do lots of things. First thing he said, "I want you to march up and down my bedroom." So the robot came out of the picture and started marching up and down the bedroom, like robots do. I don't know if you've ever seen a robot marching, but it was like this: left, right, left, right, left, right. And then the little boy said, "Can you play jumping on the bed with me?" So the robot climbed up onto the bed and started jumping up and down. Up, down, up, down, up. The little boy had terribly good fun with the robot. Then the little boy said, "Go and check if my mummy and daddy are asleep." So the robot went to the door, and when he got to the door, he then opened the door very carefully, like this, and looked outside to see if the mummy or daddy was awake. "No," he said, "your mummy and daddy are fast asleep." "Good," said the little boy. "Then I want you to go downstairs and get me some chocolates from this kitchen." So the robot decided to obey, and down the stairs he went, walking down the stairs. He went into the kitchen, got the chocolates and brought them back upstairs. And he gave them to the little boy. "Would you like one?" said the little boy, offering him a chocolate. But the robot said, "No, I am a robot. Robots do not eat chocolate." So the little boy was actually quite glad to hear that answer, because it meant there were more for him. And he ate the chocolates and put the silver paper on the floor by his bed. After a while, the little boy started to feel sleepy, and he started to close his eyes, and the robot said, "I see you are sleepy. I will go back to my picture now." So the robot climbed back into the picture on the wall and went back where he started from, and the little boy fell asleep. In the morning, the daddy came into his room and said, "Hello, little boy, how are you?" And he said, Daddy, the robot on my picture came alive." And Daddy looked at the robot and said, "Nah, I don't think so." "Yes, Daddy, he was really there, I promise you." And Daddy smiled. "Yes, okay, then he was there." But Daddy didn't believe him. Then Mummy came in the room, and she noticed something on the floor. It was lots of silver paper, the sort of silver paper which covers chocolate eggs. She said, "Oh, where did that come from?" "Mummy, it was the robot who got it for me," said the little boy. Well, Mummy and Daddy didn't really believe him, but they said, "Yes, sure it was." And then they got the boy dressed for school. Anyway, every night from then onwards, when Mummy and Daddy were asleep, the robot would play with the little boy. They'd always find a nice game to play, and sometimes the robot would get the little boy snacks from the kitchen, or drinks, or brush his teeth sometimes. But his Mummy and Daddy never saw the robot, only the little boy saw him. And that's the end of the story, my little boy. Did you like the story of the robot? Because that was the last story before you go to sleep.
How about the Chris story?
Chris story will be another day, okay?
Quick story.
Another day. This is going to...
A quick one.
No, it's stop now.
A quick one.
I know, but we did agree only one, didn't we?